President Biden extending the student loan repayment pause through August, but some on the left are calling for that debt to be scrapped altogether. Our next guest sent a letter to the White House saying, quote, "Before the last election, you committed to both returning constitutional bankruptcy rights to federal loans and also broadly canceling the debt. To date, you have done neither. Over 1 million of our members asked you to take both of these actions. Please do not delay any longer." Alan Collins is the founder of Student Loan Justice. So, Alan, I'll give you a chance to make your case here. Why do you think that debt should be canceled?
Dana, this lending system is a big government, predatory, unconstitutional lending beast. It's predatory, and the numbers that we're seeing are astounding. Before the pandemic, 80% of all borrowers, half of whom, by the way, are Republican or independent, despite what you might think, were underwater on their loans. More than half were not paying. This lending system, by all rational metrics, is catastrophically failed. And President Biden...
So who do you think should pay the debt? The general taxpayer?
The taxpayers paid for these loans many years ago, and they did not pay $1.6 trillion. Unlike PPP loans, which the majority of which went to the highest 20% income bracket, student loans can be canceled without needing one dime from the Treasury and without adding even one penny to the national debt. There's no easier, cheaper way to stimulate the economy. And quite frankly, this lending system is at the point where we need to take it to the bath and drown it in the tub.
And do you think that we should stimulate the economy right now with inflation the way it is?
I think inflation is wrecking student loan borrowers. You know, 40% of these people never graduated. All of them were determined to be financially needy before the pandemic. And as I said, we're looking at a default rate of something like well over half. Yes, we need to do this.
What would you say?
Pandemic or no?
What would you say to somebody who, grew up, didn't have a college fund, right? And the parents said, "We'd love to help you, but we can't." And instead of going to a university where they took on a lot of student debt, which was a choice to be made as an adult, they went into the military. And now they're in the military, they've served. And do you think that they should actually have to pay for the student loan decisions of their peers who made other decisions?
See, they're not paying. They're not paying. The taxpayers paid for these loans many years ago.
So
they paid very little.
Who's going to pay the lender? Who's going to pay back the money? The money has to come from somewhere. You don't just cancel it and it goes away into thin air.
The federal government has been profiting on this lending system since 2010, over $50 billion a year since Obama federalized it. The government has also been making a profit on defaulted loans since 2004 and before. The loans can and will be canceled, adding nothing to the debt. And on balance, the federal government is probably going to be breaking about even.
Okay. So you agree with Bernie Sanders, cancel all debt. We'll see where this goes. I would just add one other thing, and I'll get your quick reaction on this. The reason that the student loans were paused was because there was a COVID emergency. The administration is about to lift Title 42 on the border because apparently there's no longer a COVID emergency. But yet the president has extended this pause through August for student loan borrowers because of a health emergency. Does that make any sense to you?
This lending system was a train wreck well before COVID. And everyone, talk to Wayne Johnson under Trump, who ran the lending system. He'll agree with me.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't be fixed, but there is debt that has to be paid, and it has to be paid for somewhere. Alan, I'm running out of time. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it and your point of view. Thanks.
Thanks. Wish we had more time. Okay.